Today on Twin J Racing, we change wheel bearings on an '08 Impala. So follow along. Welcome back to Twin J Racing, boys and girls, and today we are changing wheel bearings on an '08 Impala. The other side was completely trashed. We already got that one done, and this side isn't much better. So we're going to get this apart and get them changed. So follow along as we do it. And make sure like, share, and subscribe, and comment, and all that fun stuff. So we're going to get back to work on getting this done. Well, we're back to this. You saw me, I pried the pads back just a little bit to give me some room there. And then we're going to zip tie it up out of the way. So that's something we don't have to worry about. I think these are 15s. No. Luckily, we just had the rotors off, so that's what makes that all so easy. Yeah, that bearing's definitely bad. I don't know if you boys and girls can hear this or not. A little side-to-side movement. So, we'll get this big nut off the front here. And then we'll get I don't know, big nut off the front, and then we got to take the 3 bolts out of the back to get that loose. Luckily, we just did brakes on this, so everything came apart easy. Rotor came off with no problems. But I think it's got a bad strut, because it's completely oil soaked. So I'm pretty sure that's going to have to be changed in the near future. Or change the car. That would be my vote. Inch and 5/16, like I said. Just in the wrong drawer. An adapter from 3/4 to 1/2 inch. I do believe I have a 3/4 impact around here somewhere, but if I don't have to use it, I'd rather not. Where do I put my impacts on? Impact. Oh, there it is. Now we need to get those, not 15s. Swear the video said they were. No, those are not 15s. So those must be 13s. There's 3 bolts, one here, one down there, and then there's one on the other side. And they're a 13 head. I thought they were 15 head. Oh, that would explain a little bit. Battery's dead. So usually this thing will take most stuff out. There we go. Let's see what happens with the new battery. Not so much new, but charged battery. Still not happy, but it's moving a lot better. And just like that, one bolt down. One bolt down. Now, if you've watched this channel long enough, you know I'm a fan of anti-seize. And I will be putting everything back together with anti-seize. In case there was any doubt. Yeah, we're not going to try to do that at an angle. Nope, 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 nope. Back to what I always say, don't do it the way I do it. This is purely entertainment. Hopefully for somebody. Unfortunately, you lose so much with these cheap swivels. Three. Now we get to try out a new tool I bought and throw all my shit from the lift to the floor. Amazon hub tool. Okay, I mean, unfortunately, there is no replacement for brute force. You moving? Yeah. I think that's one of the easiest ones I've ever taken out. Yeah, you can hear it. That bearing's done. And like the video I watched said, it would be stuck in here, the back can. So we gotta get that can out of there. Okay, so that's where the edge is all the way out there. Oh. Yep. There we go. Yep, no sensor. Wow. Wow. The video I watched said use 400 grit to do this, but I got 320. He said basically you're not trying to remove any material, you're just trying to knock down corrosion. See, this is an ABS hub, but I'm guarantee you, which surprises me, this does not have ABS. I want to see if how well this fits. Oh yeah, that'll fit. Anti-seize. I always use it in the video I watched. I don't remember who it's by. I will link in the description, which I've already covered that, but I'm just restating it. I always use anti-seize. I am a firm believer in it because we live in the north. Technically they call us the Midwest, but we're in Indiana, so I don't understand how that's the Midwest, but and I'm close to Chicago, which is even more weird to say I'm Midwest. Anyways, I coat everything in anti-seize because that's just who I am. I don't want to fight with this stuff if I ever got to take it back apart, which I hope I don't ever have to take this back apart, but still, for the next guy. Probably be a wrecking yard dismantler, but you know, we always try to help out a little bit anyways. And then I always coat these bolts when they go back in. Even my daughter's car, I did a wheel bearing on back before my YouTube days. And literally, I had to take something apart and it all fell back apart after a year. Which, I mean, in where we're at in the Rust Belt here, that doesn't normally happen that way. I know it sounds ironic, but I'm going to draw it in the rest of the way with the ratchet. That way it kind of pulls up evenly in a high torque situation. Even though I've just used the impact to pull it up most of the way. That's just to make my life simple. Nobody ever said I was good at what I do. Ugh! Ugh! Gotta get that grunt in there. Ugh! All right. Those should be torqued to a good grunt. Now we gotta use the ugga-guggas. So the locking nut. And let's get the ugga-guggas loose. Oh, are you kidding me? I would love to say this is the first time I've done this. See anything missing? Any ideas? Ugh! Fire truck and other stuff of associated nature. See, it's not bad to get back out, but it sucks! I know there's a torque spec. I ain't doing it. Ain't gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be prudent. Ugh. A lot of people like to use Loctite. I'm not a big fan of it because of the environment we live in. I like using anti-seize and tightening the bejesus out of them because I like stuff to come back apart. Not before I want it to, but I like to be able to take it apart if I have to service something. Everybody's opinion is different. Just like some people don't like using zip ties. I like using zip ties because they're expendable. We just did brakes, rotors, calipers, pads on this car. I don't know, not long ago. Don't remember exactly when, but I know it wasn't that long ago. Because we were, I had something on the lift for a long time, and I had to get it off the lift so we could get this in, and I don't remember what it was. There we go. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a project that was on here for quite a while. I know it's not Jim's car because Jim's car hasn't been here. I know it's not the 69 because the 69 hasn't been here. Huh. I honestly don't know. Maybe it was Jen's car. Maybe that... You know what? I think it was Jen's car. Sat on the lift. The 72 hearse. We did the front end on. I think that sat on the lift most of the summer. So that's why I didn't get a lot of other stuff done. Well, that in time. And I had another surgery. You know, it's just... bunch of fun things. Trying to think. That's got to be it. And with that, one side is done. Make sure, if you're doing this at home, you pump the brakes up before you try moving the car. Because with releasing the tension on the brakes, it will definitely not have a pedal the first couple of times you push it. So you want to make sure and push the brake first off before you try moving the car. But I am going to finish this and put this wheel on. Then I am going to go over to the other side. I got to tear it all apart, but I'm going to time lapse the whole other side because you've already seen me do this side. As you guys saw, and girls, we got this done. The wheel bearings are in. I didn't screw up the dust shield on that side. I almost did, but I didn't. And all of that's done. We're going to go take it for a drive and see how it is. But like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll catch you boys and girls in the next one. See you later.